the game then changes, right, on where it goes to.
What do you think our audience, your audience, is the percentage of they have to be the 5%, I think. These people out here they're awake. We're not woke. We're awake. I think your audience, Pat, is trying to wake up the 90%. I give this audience a really high 5% factor. And I think that 5% has gotten bigger in the past couple, let's say, 7 years. That 5% is getting bigger. But I mean, don't get me wrong. There is no shortage of the sleeping zombie sheep. But I think our audience, I would say, is a big chunk of that 5% that are trying to wake everybody up.
Part of the 90s are waking up.
I agree. But I'm with you. I think because I read the comments. I know some people are like, why is Vinny so angry? I'm passionate and I'm trying to wake up the 90%, and you can't whisper to that 90. You have to slap them in the head and yell, and that's why I'm amped up at 9 o'clock in the morning on some volts.
Let's go.
But I do think that 90% time, you nailed it, bro. They're slowly starting to be like, huh? You know what I mean? They're waking up, and I give a credit to our audience because I'm in the chat, and these cats we're awake, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, this is the whole conversation with the red pill versus the blue pill, whether it's in life, whether it's in politics, whether it's dating, whether it's intersexual dynamics, whatever it is. Do you want to be asleep at the wheel and not know anything, the blue pill, or do you want to know the difficult reality, the truth of life, which is the red pill? And obviously, I think our audience is obviously on the red pill side of things.
Yep.
No doubt. But that's the reality of things, is that once what you talk about, peeling back the curtain.
The curtain's open.
This is what's happening over here, guys.
Can't go back, Adam.
Most people are like, I don't want to even see what the hell's going on back there.
That's it.
But that's the reality.
No, you nailed it, Adam, because that's the people are like, don't even touch the curtain, because when you hear that saying, ignorance is bliss, and we know those people like, I can't change. And I think that's the problem. Ignorance isn't bliss. Ignorance is ignorant. It's ignorant.
So you asked the question on what percentage, who watches, who's our audience, right? It's so interesting. Rob, I sent you a clip, if you can pull that up. I'm at Dylan's game the other day, and the coach of the opposing team, when I'm walking in, he stops me. And he says, man, I got to tell you, I never missed a podcast. And I start talking to him. I say, but he tells me something very, very interesting, Rob, if it came your way or not, for you to pull it up. Our audience is a very interesting. There's a lot of audience. Our big part of our audience is people that also disagree with us.
I know
who watch. Who are kind of like not necessarily that they hate you. They watch it to find leaks in our argument, but they're secretly closet people who can reason. And they're afraid of their ability to reason that could get them to be like, oh my, I'm agreeing with this. I don't want to agree with this, but this is fucking wrong. This is right, a little bit right on what they're talking about. Not because we're always right, and not because we're, know exactly what we're talking about. It's just we're reasonable people that have the ability to see BS on all sides and the gamesmanship, and have realized that this thing went from being Republican and Democrat to when to left versus right, to when to vax versus not taking a vax, to when force to freedom, to when to establishment, anti-establishment, to eventually, look, man, I'm part of the freedom camp. They're part of the force camp. I'm not good with the force camp. I'm part of the freedom camp.